So our next question is, how is the dairy market for sports nutrition doing with the increase of plant-based products?
Yeah, I'll actually jump off on this one. So we do know that, pre-pandemic and even, still today, plant-based proteins are getting a lot of attention. And I do expect this to continue. Healthy diet is going to come back to the forefront. And many consumers, we do tend to look at plant-based products, and they do so for health reasons. Environmental concerns and sustainability concerns aren't going to go away either. But the fact of the matter is that, dairy still dominates, especially in the US, dairy still dominates the protein space in terms of performance and lifestyle. That's from consumer appeal to product launches to retail sales, in the US. Multiple consumer attitude and behavior studies globally and in the US indicate that milk sources, particularly whey sources, are the most preferred source of protein. We've done these internally. I've seen them externally. It's very consistent. Dairy always holds the top spot, and in more cases that even I am surprised at, whey protein does lead, even in cases where whey protein isn't in a lot of products. But there is certainly a preference, a health halo around it. And one example that I always like to share in this is from primary research that Glanbia Nutritionals did in January. In the US, we asked consumers, if you had a protein shake, and they said they did, what was the type of protein that was in your last RTD? And the largest percent of consumers, about over 40%, chose whey protein. 30% indicated soy, and 20%, or a little over 20%, indicated milk protein. And if you know the makeup of the market, I spend a lot of time looking at it. Those numbers just don't add up, because if we're looking at the most popular types of protein RTDs, those are milk proteins. So it's just interesting to see the sort of the dynamics you see there. Like I said, plant, I think, will always be around, but dairy is the dominator. I don't know if, Corbin, you have a lot of experience with formulation, so.
Yeah, and I think the trend is following exactly as you've described. The majority we get is still dairy, but there is a plant presence. It is growing, but still dominated by dairy.